Libra Brew, what's up? What's up? How are you? I'm back. Yeah, I've been out for a few days and I missed you. I hope you missed me. Like I said from the beginning, this whole process for me is very organic, so I have to be realistic based off of my mommy duties. Sometimes the time will not permit me to work in a video, and for the past few days I've been focusing on some other things, taking care of business, dealing with kids, but it's all good, nothing bad. I haven't had an opportunity to reach out to you guys. So let's just get into it, since we have not, touched bases in a couple of days. Well, what are we going to talk about today? I always wonder, what do you guys want to talk about? I know what I want to talk about, but I leave it open. If you have any suggestions, definitely place them in the comment. First of all, let's do some housekeeping. Want to thank everyone who has subscribed, who has liked the videos, who have left comments. Continue to do so. I welcome the platform. To all humans, know that I am extra for the Libras because I'm a Libra, and like I always say, I only talk about what I know, so I want to come to you from a Libra perspective. I try to on each video, but the platform is open and welcome just to all humans, regardless what zodiac sign you may fall under. You may not even know your zodiac sign. You might not even be into any of that, and that's perfectly fine. As we used to say in the church, when there was a special program and we had visitors, it was always that one person that did like the welcoming speech, and at the end typically they would say, "You are welcome, welcome, welcome." So, I just want to open that up to you guys. You're welcome. Well, it's a lot going on in the world. The topics are plentiful. I just got to figure out which one I want to talk about in a short amount of time. Normally, my videos have been going about 30 minutes. I know people may not have that kind of time or attention span, but, I want the information to be thoughtful and to be quality, and sometimes it's hard to get thoughtful, quality, intentional in 5 to 15 minutes. Not impossible, it's just a little hard for me right now, but I'm challenged with that. But I'm hoping as I move forward, I'll get better at it. And maybe it's just something I don't need to be focused on right now. I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm just sharing with you all. So, it's a few things a little heavy on my heart, as always, when I come and talk to the Libra Brew. First, I want to give some love specifically to all my Libra women, to all my Libra men. Right now, I want you to know, I think I might have mentioned this in a past video, but I didn't really touch on it. Now is a time for us to let go of things that no longer serve us. Whatever that might be. It may be a person. It may be a job, a responsibility. It might be an addiction. Only you know what it is. And I encourage each of us to do inventory of self right now. We're approaching or in the summertime, and where I am, the sun is very hot, the days are very humid, but there's a lot of high energy going on. And wherever you might be, use the energy to your advantage. So Libras, most of us love to be surrounded by beautiful things, and I would say practically all of us are very creative people. We want to create a beautiful environment. So if you're feeling sluggish, if you're feeling kind of down in the dumps, feeling a little depressed, whatever it is, look at your environment, and is it beautiful to you? Not beautiful to others, but is it beautiful for you? And if it's not, I encourage you to, do what you need to do to make your environment, your home life, a comfortable and beautiful place to be in for yourself. And I encourage you to try to figure out what it is that may be in your environment that is not serving you any purpose anymore. And if it's not, let it go, put it in a box, give it away, give it to Goodwill, throw it away if it's something that someone else cannot use. I'm a real big stickler on that. Don't just give away stuff. If it's broke and it can't be fixed, why are you giving it away? Just get rid of it. Just put it in the recycle bin so it can be recycled for something else. Give away something that is worthy to give away. And a lot of times I will give away things that I love. I just feel like if I love it that much, I want to share it with somebody else who will love it as much. I don't want to give away always the stuff that I just don't want. I'm going to give away the things that I might want. And also, when you practice this, it allows you to just let go. It allows you not to just be holding on to stuff, because that's how the clutter begins to pile up. And if you are a Libra, you do not do well with clutter. Not at all. You must get rid of the clutter. So I went through a lot of that in a move I did a few months back. Just getting rid of stuff and being adamant about not moving clutter from one place to another. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's okay. You're going to survive. If you let it go, nothing's going to happen to you. You're not going to transition because you let something go. But think about this. When you do transition, meaning from this life into the afterlife, can you take it with you? And the answer is no. So let it go. All right. So, got that out of the way. Let's move on to the next. This weekend, I was invited to go view a play, and the play is called The Mother's Project, and it was so inspiring. It's a play based off of interviews from, I think it was about 5 mothers, might have been 6, I could be off, I'm sorry, but it's a play, a production that's based off of true interviews of mothers, specifically Black mothers, and their experience from giving birth to raising the children. One mother's situation, she was told she was never going to be able to have children and ended up having 5. Each mother had a different story. One mother was a doula, and her story was very powerful, and what she brought to the table from being a doula and bringing children into the world and helping women give birth. And there were a couple of mothers there that had stories of giving life and also stories of having to lay that life to rest because their children were no longer with us. That was very sad, very heavy to listen to and witness, but I'm glad that I did. So with that being said, the backdrop that I'm giving you today, I'm giving homage to all the children who have transitioned for whatever reason or another. May it have been through illness, gun violence, suicide, whatever the situation is. My backdrop is for them. I selected plants that I have. I'm a stickler on trying to keep plants in your home, on your patio. I haven't always been that way, but the older that I'm getting, I really believe that, you should cater to plants because plants are living things. And a lot of times I tell young women who are single and maybe they are wanting to be married or just have that whole family set up, marriage, kids, whatnot, I tell them, start by taking care of a plant. If you can take care of a plant and nourish it and water it and you can see that plant growing, that's a start. If you can't take care of a plant, you need to check yourself. I mean, that's just my opinion. Someone may argue that point, but I just think it's a good exercise. If you don't have any kids, if you're not in a relationship, take care of a living thing, a plant. A lot of people have animals, cats, dogs. You don't have to have a cat or dog. One time I had a turtle. And this is before I was, a mother. I didn't have anything to take care of. And I typically did not, I didn't want to get a dog. So I tried to figure out something else that was living that I could take care of. So I got me a turtle. And I had that turtle for a good while. So anyway, plants are so important. Plants help the oxygen in your house, which is interesting to me. Again, trying to tie it back into what I'm going to talk about regarding children and their transitioning at an early age. Oxygen, we all need that to live, to breathe. I think that we take our breath for granted probably on a daily basis. Most people. Do I have any statistics to back this up? No. It's just based off of my observation and based off of my recent just understanding meditation, going through meditation practices. The breath, you can't do nothing without your breath. Yes, we need the heart and the liver and the lungs and the kidneys, but you can't do anything with those organs unless if the breath is intact. So my plants here represent the living life, because that's what we want to focus on. We always want to focus on life, the living. Sidebar, the pot right here is a pot that I painted. Nothing special. I just want to let y'all know, because I'm that creative person. So a lot of times I will paint my own pots and put my plants in them. Again, just trying to create that beautiful environment that's comfortable for me. And I have these little Hot Wheel cars here just to represent the children. I'm burning my sorry about that, guys. I'm burning my incense. It's one of my favorite incense. It's called Super Hit, and you definitely smell it as soon as you hit the door. And so I just felt like that resonated for what we're talking about today. So I hope you guys like it. I try to put some thought into the backdrops. I'm pretty sure as time goes on, I'll probably evolve from doing this. I don't know. But right now, this is what's coming out of the brain. Going back to the kids, y'all. Out of everyone's story, the one that really touched my heart was a story of suicide. A young man at 13 took his own life by hanging. And I'm not gonna go all into the play and whatnot, but I'll just give you the bullet points of her story. The young man was being bullied at school, beknownst to his mom, or to the degree that he was being bullied. She knew of some things. There was an incident that happened at school. The young man was growing his hair out, and this is a young black boy, 13. He was growing his hair out, and the goal was when he reached 18, he wanted to donate his hair. There were children at school that was bullying him for how his hair was looking because he was growing it out. So one day, some kids decided to hem him up, and they cut some of his hair off. And in addition to cutting the hair off, they burned him with a hot glue gun. Well, of course, that mother, she advocated for him, went back and forth with the school. There were some concerns there because, the school was not taking the necessary steps that should have been taken to resolve, get justice. Disciplinary actions were not placed on these students, from what I understand. So there was a lot of back and forth between the mother and the school. As a matter of fact, the principal was unaware of the incident until the mother physically went up to the school and demanded to speak to the principal about it. It had never been reported. Anyway, fast forward. A few weeks later after that, she woke up in the morning, regular morning, to get ready for work. Kids, to help the kids get on the bus. And she unfortunately woke up to one of her other children screaming her son's name, all to find him hanging in the closet by a belt. She explained, in her interview in this production, and mind you, this production was not the actual mothers. They were actors that have taken these mothers' interviews. It was explained that later on they, got a hold of his phone and found more bullying on social media for him, towards him, text messages from other students that was in the form of bullying. So she stated that she had no idea. She explained that she did not know all of that was happening. She said that her son never gave her not one indicator of he wanted to take his life. She said it was, the day before was a regular day. They conversated. He was his regular happy-go-lucky self. She really stressed the fact that she never ever knew one time that he was thinking those thoughts ever. So when I got home from that play, I went by myself. I got home probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and my kids, of course, they were still up, and I immediately talked to them. I talk to my kids all the time, but I talked to them. I told them, hey, come in the room with me, put down your devices or whatever it is that you're doing, your games, and I want to talk to you guys. And I told my boys, I told them what happened. I told them about the play, and they had questions, and I told them about, each mother had a story about her children and whatnot. But I explained to them that I wanted to specifically talk to them about suicide. And this wasn't the first time that we had such of a conversation, but I want to say it's the first time that I really, really, really went in depth with my children about suicide. And I explained to them, Mommy wants you to know that suicide, it is never an option. If you are having any kind of thoughts of the matter, it's your obligation to come and talk to me. Never think that I am too busy. Never assume that I don't want to know. Never assume that if you tell me something, I'm going to get mad. Regardless of if I get mad or not, I explained to them, I cannot advocate for you if I don't know what's going on. I'm your mother and I'm your advocator. I'm the one that's in your corner, and I'm going to root for you every time. And so one of my sons said, Mom, I've never had those thoughts. And then the other one backdoored with me either. And I told them, I said, Mommy Mommy loves to know that you've never had those thoughts. And I pray that you never will. You haven't had those thoughts right now. I said, but you still got a lot of life to live, and you don't know what your thinking is going to be like once you get later on down the road. You're going to be around different people. You're going to be around some cool people. You're going to be around some not so cool people. And you have to be firm and confident in knowing who you are. You don't know what your thought process is going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, because we can't see into the future, which is why I'm having this conversation with you. And I explained to them, I asked both of them, I said, let me ask you a question. Do you love yourself? And both of them said, yeah. And I said, but how much? How much do you love yourself? And each one individually said, I love myself a lot. And I explained to them, the love that you have for yourself. I said, I'm not talking about the love that mama has for you, the love that your father had for you. Their father has transitioned already. So I said, not the love that your father had for you, not the love that your relatives have for you, your friends. All of that is important. But at the end of the day, how much do you love yourself? And both of them said again, a lot, Mom, a lot. I said, that a lot of love that you have for yourself, you must keep that a lot of love. Keep it. Always love yourself. If you love yourself a lot, then chances are you will never have those thoughts of suicide. It never has to come to that. Things should never be so bad where you feel like this is it. This is my only option. This is my only out. I said, if you continue to love yourself in the manner that you're loving yourself today, I'm not saying that things are always going to be gravy, peaches and cream. I'm not saying that you're going to coast through life. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have highs and lows. But if you continue to love on yourself, you will not have these discouraging thoughts, these thoughts of, I should just go ahead and check out because that's the only way out. And I told them, I said, put your arms around yourselves. I said, hug yourself. When your mama is not around and you feel down, hug your own self and tell your own self, man, I love you. Tell yourself, man, you are the bomb. You are the coolest, no matter what nobody thinks. Tell yourself, I love you, and I'm always going to love you. And you do this by putting your arms around you. And when you put your arms around yourself and you're telling yourself these affirmations of love, yes, think about your mom, think about your family, think about the friends that do love you. And envision them putting their arms around you, even if they're not there with you physically. And I tell them, your mom's not going to be here with you all the time. There are going to be many times that you're going to be on your own as you become older. But you'll hear my voice. And I hope that you'll remember this. Love on yourself. So it's not going to be the last conversation I have with them because, you know, this is a thing that is very prevalent with young children, not just teenagers, but children and adults. I encourage you out there, whoever may be listening to this video, if you have children, if you have nieces, nephews, take the time to talk to them about suicide. Take the time to explain to them that it does not have to get to that point. If you know a child or a teenager that's struggling, offer the help to them. Because I am talking about suicide, I will more than likely in my description, I'm going to leave some information where you can reach out to talk to someone regarding suicide. I'm not an expert. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I want to put that disclaimer out there. I'm just a regular human civilian trying to survive and raise my children. And I know that someone's going to run across this video and they're probably doing the same. But at no time I want you to believe that I'm a professional and I have degrees in this. I'm just sharing some life stories with you all in hopes that it'll touch someone, in hopes that it will brighten someone else's day or give them the help that they need, give them the information that they need. On that note, I'm going to leave you with lots of love, lots of high vibrations, and I'm leaving you with peace and all things positive. Thank you for listening to the Libra Brew today. I'll be back.